What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. And this week is a huge week for earnings. We got Apple, we got Tesla, we got Facebook. This week is going to set the pace for the next coming weeks. I hope you're excited. I'm excited because I foresee some big moves this week and the coming weeks. But before we get started, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now, what are we looking at this week? I must say, I know Biden has quite the schedule this week as well. The biggest day being is on Wednesday, which is also happens to be the biggest earnings day of essentially the earnings, right? We have all the big dogs up for bat on Wednesday, but we also have the climate briefing on Wednesday, which I think is what we're all setting up for. I think Friday, like I said on my daily review video Thursday night, is that Friday was just a setup. Friday was just some selling off, people to reposition for this coming week. And again, I believe my theory is for this week is that we will be taking off come that first big earnings. Now, let me look here real quick. The first big earnings, we do have AMD, we got 3M, we got Starbucks, we got Microsoft on Tuesday, which really might put us in gear and cause us to take off. I think Monday we might open up a little down, not a lot. I think just for positioning for the week. I'm expecting that essentially. Once that happens, I think running into Monday evening, Tuesday, we just start running. And then more fuel will be added after Microsoft and AMD. Going into Wednesday, we have the climate stuff. That's why I've been talking about all the renewables, is because the renewables are going to fly, I believe, come Wednesday. When Biden gets on the horn, all the renewables are going to start flying. Get positive news on Tesla, maybe even a tax credit, and Tesla will really go flying. Sales for Apple phones, I think, will be huge. I think Apple's going to have a huge earnings. Facebook is going to have a huge earnings. They always do well with their ads. I'm trying to think of what other. We got Visa on Thursday. We got McDonald's on Thursday. Skyworks Thursday. We got a lot. This is one of the biggest weeks of the earnings coming up. And again, the one that will set the pace. We do have Caterpillar on Friday too, which is one I might be actually looking at. I don't typically trade Caterpillar, but that is something I looked at. I know they do quite well as well, especially with all the price of lumber and everything and building right now. This pandemic has kind of lit a fire up underneath that particular sector. So I can see Caterpillar having a huge earnings as well. So with that being said, I think we can go ahead and pull up the chart. Let's make this full screen. And let's get ready for this week. I'm excited. I think this week is going to be a huge week. Being said, coming to Friday, like I said, we did have a bit of selling on Friday. Was expected. I wasn't worried at all. I think, again, everybody was just repositioning on Friday. Being said, let's actually look at QQQ. QQQ is actually basing out. I think it's just getting ready for this week. Again, big tech is going to crush it out of the park this week. I mean, I don't really see, again, for the foreseeable future, my prediction is, I've been talking about this throughout several of my videos, but my prediction is we will push hard into the end of February. March, I think there will be some delay. I think the Biden honeymoon stage will wear off. I think the earnings honeymoon stage, it'll be towards the end of earnings. I think we'll start running off. And then I think our next biggest news event will be stimulus, which will, I think, drive us into some big recovery stocks coming into spring and summertime. which will guide us into perhaps a dark October. There is talk. Miss Kathy Wood said there was going to be a dark pullback this year. I don't really see it. There's a lot of really positive stuff. The numbers are looking really good. It's really hard to see what's going to cause us to pull back, although there is a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of inflation and everything. There was talk about taxes as well with Biden, but it's still a year out before he's going to really start pressing taxes. That's my belief. To do that right now would be essentially self-inflicting damage, which I don't think he's going to do. But being said, I think we have a lot of catalysts to keep on pushing. I know people talk about a bubble, but I think it's just we're talking about a different animal here. Again, this is my theory. Everybody has their theory, has their opinion. This is mine. Displayed out to you guys here publicly. So if I mess up, I mess up. Hey, I'm human. It's all good. But nonetheless, SPY pulled back. Again, I think everybody's just repositioning. There is a solid support here. I wouldn't be surprised if we came down into here on Monday. Again, QQQ. I think if you get any kind of pullback in tech, it's going to be very little. Saying that, Thursday, I took a position and I took it back off. And I'm kind of actually upset I did take this off because I really feel like Tesla is going to crush its earnings. We already had the numbers and everything come out. I mean, there's just so much positive news on this. I did take I wasn't a leap, but I took about a 6-month out position here and then pulled it out. It wasn't looking the greatest. And I wanted to kind of keep it because I knew come Monday there might be a pullback. So this might actually pull back and retest this come Monday. Then at that point, I might get a call out of that. I probably won't go a couple months out though on this one. I'm looking for kind of like a week run, so maybe even something next week as far as a call play. Just trying to play earnings this week. Monday contracts are always good to play the run up for that particular week. Being said, be careful. This isn't financial advice. But Monday contracts are normally good for the week, and you can normally make some good scores off that. Again, be mindful, manage risk. But Tesla's going to be huge. I mean, and again, especially if there's any kind of tax credit that comes out on Wednesday, this can explode. I mean, we could probably see 1,200 maybe. I know a lot of people predicted 1,200. I definitely see us running 4,000, if not beyond that. Come this earnings. And then at that point, I think Tesla will cool off. It's not falling all the way back to 500-600. Again, that I think a correction like that, you'll be lucky if we get it down to 6, in my opinion. But being said, Tesla, again, big earnings Wednesday. Airbnb pushed up, had that big move on Thursday. It was kind of rattling around. I do have this set, so I'll have this alarm go off if Airbnb breaks that and retests. I look to get into that for a short couple day swing if that is possible. I think everything is just going to be fueled one right after another. I think Monday's just a setup. We dip a little bit and then that'll be all she wrote and this should be gone. Square, as you all know, I've been in Square since this zone. It popped down to here. Again, not worried about it. It looks like it is starting to wedge, getting ready for the end of February. I know on the daily, this chart doesn't look the best, but again, we are starting to wedge here, is what it is. So being said, I think Square is going to have a huge earnings. The earnings, I think, is on the 24th of February. Being said, PayPal is getting tons of attention from their crypto, and they got sky high price targets because of the crypto and everything that they've been doing over the past couple months. Being said, Square has not been mentioned or gotten any kind of any kind of help essentially from that, right? So being said, I'm still on this. I have leaps in this. I believe Square is going to have a fantastic earnings. And we might continue to rattle around in this wedge that's starting to be created. But I am in it for that longer shot towards the run up into February. I believe, again, once PayPal comes out, which I think PayPal might be on the 14th of February. If that's the case, I mean, everything might just start pushing by Wednesday. But definitely when PayPal has their earnings, if they destroy it, SQL is going to be gone. And I wouldn't be surprised if we were touching 300, if not more. Apple, beast mode. I didn't play this at all on Friday. I don't think I did, but I was looking for entries, but this is tore off before I could even really do anything. Again, I have a lot of positions in renewables. Again, waiting on Wednesday for those, but Facebook destroyed it again on Friday. I was going to scalp this. I missed it. I don't remember exactly what else I was looking at. I was trying to scalp something else. Oh, I did scalp Airbnb Friday. That was one of them I did scalp. I think that was the only scalp I took on Friday. Lemonade actually looks good. There's a lot of consolidation here. I love these long consolidation periods. Just build up. I think banks getting in right here, building up their position, and rip up. Those are my favorite moves. Being said, Lemonade, it might tag back down. It's kind of holding this range. I wouldn't be surprised if we tag back down, get a position here, take off. Contracts aren't the best again on Lemonade. Maybe on Monday they might be a little bit better. Spot is already moving. It looks like it's already retesting the support here, so this might be up and out. That may be another good couple day swing there as well. So looking at that, a lot of stuff is set up really nicely. I was looking at charts even last night, and again, a lot of stuff is looking good. GIK, again, renewable play, EV side. I am looking at this for a big move, right? Like I was expecting this. I was expecting to hold on to this. I'm still in this. I'm in leaps. Sometimes I do play, I would say majority of the time, I do go with technicals for getting in and out. But moves like this, they're more like arbitrage moves, right? Or more like news-based news. Or position-based news is essentially what I'm holding on to these for, especially the renewables. A lot of my renewables are news-based positions. For Wednesday, I'm expecting this to run out and break out. So that's why I hold on to them. That's why I don't really follow the chart pattern or anything like that. Well, essentially it was wedging and it did pop, but didn't break. I'm expecting a bigger move than that, and I think that's what the stock is waiting for. It's waiting for that climate plan to come out on Wednesday before that really takes off. Snow, I'm still in this. It's starting to base out. This one, just more waiting for a bigger move on this one. I don't mind swinging. I don't buy into that bag holding and cut when it's down and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I do, but my thing is, when my conviction is, I believe we are going to run higher, and not just guess when there's a lot of news and stuff out there, when the numbers are looking good and everything is looking good. I don't see a reason to get out of this. So being said, I mean, even solid support would be down here. I got into it for a longer swing, aiming for that 400 mark. Still doing that. Still looking good. It's not taking any crazy moves either, right? It dips. Yeah, of course it's going to dip, but it's not like earth shattering. If the world was going to go down in burning flames, right? The thing to understand here is that move would have happened, right? It would have sunk fast, came back and retested at that point. I would just cut it at that point. But right now, everything is just slowly creeping down. It's still holding well. Again, just watching the price action. Nothing looks too dramatic there, so I'm still holding on to that. Etsy, sorry. Didn't know where I was going there. Being said, XC looks good, but I'm looking for it to come down a little bit more. That may be our top half there. Maybe just floating around here. Saw earnings. I don't know when Etsy earnings is. Amazon earnings, though, could be a catalyst to get that one going. TAN, I am sitting in this. This might actually be a longer swing for the year, to be honest. That was my initial intention. Was I wanted a good position in this for not only Wednesday, but I believe for the year. TAN will really rip this year. ENPH, I did tag out of this one. This was a leap. So I was up pretty decent on this. I think I was up 18% or something on this. So I ended up taking this off. Being said, I took it off. I'll look to re-enter. I already have TAN, so at this point, I kind of just wanted to cut back positions again. I felt like I was a little possibly too overextended with a lot of the things with renewables. I wanted a little bit of extra cash, just a little bit of extra powder, just in case there was, for some odd reason, that black swan. It can always show its face. So being said, I just wanted to be a little more liquid, just in case something like that does happen. NIO, I did miss this. I saw the consolidation was looking nice and starting to pop. I do have an alert here. If it does pop over the all-time high, I'll actually look to try to get in this and catch that right up, but we'll see about NIO. NIO might get a move from Tesla if Tesla decides it wants to run. STPK, I'm still on the leap in this. I like this for as far as the energy play. Just waiting on this. I think on Wednesday, again, that will move. Bluebird. This, I think, this is a longer swing for me. Just have shares in this. I don't have anything big in this. Again, I sold most of my shares here up top. I sold half of my shares here up on top of that 26. I think it was around the 26 mark on one of these candlesticks over here. On that day I pushed up, I sold half of it there. So still holding half. We'll probably hold this throughout the year. I like this and the NGA are ones I'll probably be holding through the whole year. At least my shares position, my leaps. We'll see how those go. Right now, everything's holding pretty well. It's holding here at this that's 27 mark. Again, I re-added more to my shares at the 27. Longer play, I think this is going to explode. Going to have some NAO and Tesla type move out of here. Eventually, is what I'm thinking of my theory on this. Especially if Amazon really pushes to get those in with Biden, and with Biden essentially coming out Wednesday. So I think a lot of these EVs and everything are just going to start really pushing Wednesday. And then DA sold all mine coming out of here. And that's still ripping, continue to rip. That was a fantastic move for those people that stayed in that. Dropbox actually is holding well here. If this does dip back down into here, I might look to take a position in Dropbox, maybe some leaps. But I do like Dropbox for this week. Disney, I'm still holding this leap in here. I really like Disney. I think their earnings is on the 14th of next month. If that's the case, I think this is really going to rip the closer it gets. So I just wanted to, a lot of the earnings, like if I'm playing earnings and I'm trying to catch the run up, I don't care about this rattling. You can rattle all at once. I have a leap in it, so it's not going to destroy this contract. So nonetheless, I start really pushing up and get that earnings run up. Again, I think this week we have one good earnings on Tuesday through Microsoft or, AMD, and then you get Apple and all that. It's going to start really ripping. Everything's going to jump on the bandwagon at that point. Visa, I'm out of this one. I tagged out at the top. I saw it was really struggling to get over this 207 mark, so I ended up selling that one. For some good profit. BYND, it's pushing back up. Of course it is. I'm not looking to really get in this until it comes back down. Right now, it might just continue to retest that 145. We'll see what happens, but I think there's other positions right now, so I want to reallocate those funds. It did give me that nice run up, so I did take advantage of that. AMD this week. It's not my favorite stock. I mean, a lot of people have made some great money off this. I did catch some of this. I've had some great moves out of this. Sorry, I didn't catch this. I got burnt a little bit on this because I didn't hold it. My contracts were shorter on that. That's why I didn't want to hold that. I think I had like a 2-week out, so I didn't want to hold that position for longer, which is funny because most of mine have been mostly leaps out of here, or at least like 6 months or so out. AMD or Amazon, sorry. Amazon looks like it's starting to wedge. Might be doing that, getting ready for it's coming against some strong resistance here. So we'll see what Amazon's got. Baba looks like it's wedging the same. Snap. Snap might break out if Facebook breaks out. You can see a big move out of here. I do have alerts set. If it does break all-time highs, I'll definitely be looking at trying to get in and take advantage of that if it does break that at that point. But I did catch that move up, so that was good on that one. ZM, it's looking good. It's looking pretty decent. It's starting to base out here. It might be good worth another position if that's something you want to get into. To me, I'm not a huge fan of ZM, just the way it moves and stuff. So very good Butcher. It's looking good holding here. If it continues to base here, I really want it down here at this 425 mark, which I might continue to wait on that. But Planet 13 actually is starting to dip down. So if Planet 13 dies down to this 521, I might actually take another position in this. I think this year will be big, especially coming into the summertime period. So if it dips down in here, I'll probably start taking initial position in this again. I do like Planet 13 for this year as well. Evogen, it's done well. I mean, it's starting to rattle base. Wednesday might be a big catalyst for this one too. This one might rip pretty good Wednesday. To see about that. Lucid obviously tore up Friday. Had a nice consolidation. I didn't take anything in that. Protolabs could run here. We'll see what happens. Planters had a huge move. I sold way too early. I had 2 contracts in this. The day before. I had 2 leaps in this. It tore up. I think I sold the first one, and then it tore up again, and I sold the second one. And then I continued just to keep ripping up. So nonetheless, I got some good profit out of those 2 tears, but I left a lot on the table. Planters, that might be the rip. I mean, they got that thing on Tuesday, so I might continue to rip. Who knows how high that will go, but it's all good. It's always next time. Space, it's all right. Nope. Cost. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, another one I wanted to bring up was Nintendo. I know ARK was bought more Nintendo on Friday, and if you guys don't know, I know Nintendo is having a big like 25th Pokemon edition or something like that coming out. I believe it is, and they also had some great like earning or the great sales for the month of December. So being said, those two catalysts could be why Kathy Wood is buying up a lot of Nintendo. I think they're supposed to announce a Switch 2 as well. So there's a lot of good news going for Nintendo going into this earnings. I don't know when exactly the earnings are for Nintendo. To me, I don't like Nintendo only because of the volume. I've never actually traded this, but just looking at the volume of this thing is not the greatest. I think that's what's caused me to kind of hold off on this. Unless you're like trading shares, I don't even know. I haven't really looked at the contracts. I might try to look at a Leap contract for this year. If it's cheap enough, I might take some actually, to be honest. So that might be something I might be looking at this week as well, especially before the catalysts start kicking things up. I'm going to go ahead and place Nintendo up here on the top. I do like Nintendo. POW, I did take a position on POW. I am in on a leap on this. I got a couple different leaps on this. I think the ammo and everything with Biden. There's a lot of different plans coming out this week. People go running for guns and ammo. And so if they do, I will cash in on that move. That's my thought process behind that. ELF, it dipped. I almost took it. It broke. I just didn't look at it anymore, to be honest. Let me see. Is there anything else? I think that's pretty much all I have for this week, guys. I think, again, this week is going to be huge. My main focus is to stay with big tech, stay with the beta stocks. I know I have reached out on a lot of renewables, but the catalyst being all the climate stuff this week, which is not something I typically do. That's why my channel is named Beta Memoirs, because I normally go for the big beta stocks. But being said, I think there's a lot of momentum in renewables, especially this year, and that's why I took TAN. That's why I've taken a lot of these EV stocks and spec stocks, because of the fact that I think it's going to really rip this year. Being said, a lot of those positions I go over in renewables are ones I plan on holding a little bit long term, so I'm not really worried about technicals so much right now. Those are more long term kind of plays. Square, again, I think Square is the only one. Square is like probably my biggest position right now, because I think it is really going to destroy it. And it's the only one that's really been lagging. If you haven't noticed, that it's like, a lot of the big tech companies and stuff, Square has really been the only one that's lagging. And the sell-off, there was no reason for the sell-off on Thursday. There was no news catalyst, no nothing. I think someone is just trying to get position here. And now it looks like it's starting to wedge. That might be the lowest dip we get on this before we start pushing up. Maybe we get another week of kind of just slowly creeping up, retest this. By that point, I think that will get us about 2 weeks out, and then maybe break above this top side wedge and then start running. Again, maybe waiting on PayPal numbers, maybe just be waiting on Wednesday. I mean, this might start breaking out Wednesday and just start tearing up, but that's what I got for you guys. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let's make this week a rocking week. This is going to be the week. This is going to be the catalyst. It's going to push us for the next couple of weeks. So let's take advantage of it while we can. Till next time, guys, I will see you guys later.